Why do you sometimes feel like you don't even understand yourself? Where do those hidden, darker sides of you come from, the ones you'd rather not acknowledge? And how can you embrace your true self without letting your shadow take control of your life? In this video, we'll answer these questions and explore Carl Jung's path to becoming a whole, integrated person. We'll break down his concept of the shadow, how it influences you, and most importantly, we'll share practical methods to help you integrate your hidden sides, not to fight them, but to transform them into your strength. On this channel, we dive deep into powerful psychological concepts and show you how to apply them in real life. This is the first video in our Carl Jung series, where we'll gradually unpack his most important ideas to help you understand yourself on a whole new level. So, if you're curious about discovering your true nature, support this video with a like and a subscription. And in the comments, tell us, have you ever noticed traits in yourself that you deny or refuse to accept? This will help us understand how important this topic is for you, and which aspects of Jung's work we should explore next. Carl Jung and his concept of the shadow. Carl Gustav Jung was one of the most influential psychologists of the 20th century. He didn't just study the human psyche. He built an entire system to help us understand ourselves on a deeper level. One of his key ideas was the shadow, the part of our personality that we deny, suppress, or hide from ourselves. Jung believed that human consciousness has two dimensions: the conscious mind, who we believe we are, our social identity, our I; the unconscious, hidden aspects of ourselves, our repressed desires, fears, aggression, shame, envy, and deep-seated insecurities. Why does the shadow form? From early childhood, we're taught that some emotions are right and others are wrong. For example, boys don't cry, suppressing weakness. Be a good girl, repressing anger. You shouldn't be jealous, denying natural desires. Over time, these parts of ourselves are pushed into the unconscious, forming the shadow. But that doesn't mean they disappear. Instead, they operate outside our awareness, controlling our reactions, decisions, and even life choices. Jung described how highly moral and seemingly virtuous people can become the most cruel and hypocritical when their shadow surfaces. Those who strive to appear holier than thou often have the most repressed and dangerous shadow. Jung's key insight: until you make the unconscious conscious, it will direct your life and you will call it fate. How does the shadow manifest, and how can you recognize it? Who are you when no one is watching? It's a question that makes you think. Most of us have no idea just how much our shadow influences our lives. The shadow doesn't just hide in the depths of the psyche. It shows up in everyday life. It shapes your emotions, your reactions, your fears, and even those moments when you don't understand yourself. How to recognize when your shadow is controlling you. Here are the key signs that your shadow may be influencing your life. You get angry at others for their traits. The things that irritate us most in others often reflect aspects of our own shadow. For example, do you get annoyed when people show off? Maybe deep down, you want to be more confident, but don't allow yourself to. Do you judge others for being greedy? Maybe you're denying your own need for material comfort. This is what Jung called shadow projection. When we project our hidden traits onto others, instead of recognizing them in ourselves. Self-sabotage and procrastination. Have you ever started a new project or set a big goal, only to find a million reasons not to follow through? I'm not talented enough. It won't work out anyway. I'll do it tomorrow. That's your shadow speaking. It doesn't want you to change, because change means uncertainty, and the unconscious fears losing control. Emotional outbursts and uncontrollable reactions. Have you ever lost your temper over something small? Snapped at someone, said something hurtful, and then wondered what just happened? In reality, it's not just a bad mood. It's your shadow breaking through. It stores suppressed emotions, and when the right moment comes, everything spills out in an uncontrolled reaction. The feeling of, I'm not good enough. If you constantly doubt yourself, feel like you lack competence, or believe that everyone else is better than you, that too is your shadow at work. Jung wrote that the shadow makes us feel incomplete because it holds the parts of ourselves we once rejected or refused to accept. How do you recognize your shadow and break free from its influence? Method 1. Self-observation. The next time someone triggers a strong negative reaction in you, ask yourself, why does this person irritate me so much? Could it be that I have these traits myself, but refuse to acknowledge them? Method 2. Dream analysis. Jung believed the shadow often appears in dreams as dark, frightening, or aggressive figures. If you frequently dream of being chased or feeling afraid, it could be a signal that your shadow is trying to be heard. Method 3. Written reflection. Take a sheet of paper and write down everything that annoys you about other people. Then ask yourself, could these traits be a part of me? Why am I so afraid of them? The next step is learning how to integrate your shadow and transform it into a source of power. In Part 3, we'll explore Jung's practical methods to help you achieve true wholeness. How to face your shadow. Practical methods and techniques. Awareness, recognizing your shadow. The first step toward transformation is awareness. Your shadow reveals itself through your emotions, behaviors, and reactions to others. What triggers strong emotions in you? What qualities in others irritate you the most? Often these very traits reflect parts of your own shadow. Exercise, the emotional mirror. Take a sheet of paper and write down the qualities or behaviors in others that you can't stand. Now, look at this list and ask yourself, could these traits exist in me too? Have I been denying them? Accept that your shadow isn't something bad. It's a part of you that has simply been waiting for attention. Dialogue with the shadow. Jung's active imagination method. Carl Jung developed a technique called active imagination to directly interact with his shadow. It's a powerful tool for accessing subconscious images and working with them. Exercise, a letter to your shadow. Sit in silence, relax, and imagine your shadow standing before you. Ask it, what do you want to tell me? Why are you here? Write down whatever answers come to mind, even if they seem strange. At the end, thank your shadow. It's not your enemy, but an ally. Integration. Turning weaknesses into strengths. The shadow isn't just about negative traits, it's also untapped potential. The parts of you that have been suppressed could actually become your greatest strengths. Exercise, transforming energy. Take one trait you've denied in yourself and think about how it could be used positively. For example, If you suppress aggression, you can transform it into determination. Write this down. If this quality worked for me instead of against me, how would I use it? The Shadow Journal, keep a dialogue with yourself. Jung kept his red book, where he recorded his inner dialogues with the subconscious. What to do? Each evening, write down your emotions and self-observations. Ask yourself, what did I hide from myself today? Which situation made me feel uncomfortable? Acceptance. Stop fighting yourself. The goal isn't to defeat your shadow, but to accept it as a part of you. An accepted shadow grants freedom, strength, and true authenticity. What does this give you? You'll stop being afraid of yourself. You'll unlock hidden inner resources. You'll feel more whole, authentic, and confident. We've taken a deep journey. We've walked through shadow and light, through fear and acceptance, through the unconscious and the conscious. But remember, knowledge without action is dead. If this video gave you a new perspective on yourself, support it with a like, a comment, and a subscription. This isn't just a small gesture, it's a sign. A sign that you're drawn to deep topics, that you're ready to work on yourself, and that we should continue this series on Jung. Drop a comment below. Have you ever felt the influence of your shadow? Which method from this video are you planning to try? What topic would you like to see next? This is just the beginning. Next, we'll dive even deeper into Jung's concepts, his ideas on the anima and animus, the archetypes, and the path to individuation. So, if you don't want to miss the most valuable insights, hit that subscribe button and turn on the notifications.